Good morning. Sandy Bacus here. This is the first part of the vlog for this week, and it is Wednesday morning, about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I thought I'd get on here and just do a short part so that on Friday there won't be so much. So, first, I've only stitched on 2 projects since I left you last. One has been Shades of Summer, and I did a whole lot on it. But I'm going to wait, and I'm going to show you that on Friday because I may pick it up again between now and then. The other project that I stitched on was the free kittens that I had started, and that's this one. And this is published by Imaginating, and it's designed by Diane Arthurs. And you know, if I remember correctly, Diane Arthurs is who designed the cardinals back there, and I love that. And I know I'm going to love this one too. So I just wanted to show you what I'm doing and let you know that I had another stitcher reach out to me and say that when she saw this, she fell in love with it. She immediately went to eBay and she purchased it, and she's ordered the floss that she needs. And we're going to do a sale for this. So if you have this chart or you would like to get this chart, she got it on eBay. I'm sure that 123's, I didn't check, but I would assume that all of the other places have it too. And you could get it and join us. And what we are doing is, this is a sale on Instagram, and we are using the hashtag FreeKittensSale, and I will put that below. And when she starts hers, when she posts a picture, she will tag me. And when I post, which I posted something this morning, I tag her. And if you all would like to do that too, anybody out there that would like to join us, feel free. We'll be stitching on this for a while. At least I know I will. But here's where I'm at. And I'm going to bring this bottom up so that I don't have all this fabric hanging here. And there we go. I do have a hanging thread there as always. But this is a sweet stitch. And I'm trying to back stitch as I go. So I'm loving it. So I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to put that one away now and bring that out again at another time. I'm starting to get that feeling that I need to finish some things. And I don't have anything that's close to being finished. So you may see me stitching a little more monogamously. Is that how you say that? I think so. Okay, I had some questions from my previous video, and I'm going to address a couple of those questions right now and thank a couple of my viewers, subscribers, for commenting. Okay. A lot of questions about the birdhouse that I was working on, and I put that away so I don't have it out here. Questions about, was that the same fabric as the quilt blocks, and because they're similar in color, and wanting to know what that fabric was and what color it was, and just everybody seems to love that birdhouse. I love it too. And there are 3. See, originally when I started stitching that, I got that chart from out of a magazine. And I was having a lot of problems trying to tell where the back stitching was going and what some of the colors were, because it was a color chart on that glossy magazine page. And so I went hunting on the internet, and that chart was by, and I have to get this right. Oh, and I'm not remembering right now. Vermilion Giampo. I can't remember her first name, but these are old. These are old. Were old charts, and actually, what happened later, I guess, is that after that was in the magazine, there were actually 3 of those birdhouses, and I think it's Diana was her first name. Is it Diana Vermilion Giampa or Giampa Vermilion or something? But anyways, there's a place online called Vermilion Stitchery. And apparently this had been put out by Janlin as a kit, and now Vermilion Stitchery is offering these 3 patterns together. And I ordered it, and so now I have all 3, but I will tell you that I'm kind of having to work off of both of those because some parts of the chart are not easy to follow, but I'm doing it, so we'll see how it ends up. Anyways, the fabric that the quilt blocks were done on was a 14 count rose petals, hand dyed. I believe it was like I can't ever say that word, and you'd think I would be able to. Anyways, you know what I mean. Zweigart? I'm sorry. Anyways, I bought that at my L&S. The birdhouse fabric, I got that when another stitcher was cleaning out stash, and I ordered it from them, and it is a 16 count dark lavender, fabrics by LJ, and I love it. And when I need to get more hand dyed, I think I'm going to check out that fabrics by LJ and see if that is still if they're still dyeing, because I really like that fabric, and I love that color. So, and everybody else apparently does too. So it was Fabrics by LJ, 16 count dark lavender. And it's a really easy 16 count to stitch on. So that takes care of that question. So I'm going to mark those off that I answered those. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer. Okay, really quick, some of my commenters this week that I want to say thank you to are Jo Marie Hogel, Patricia Ferry, Lana, Till the Last Stitch. And Lana, I will answer your question about the vlogging in the next clip. Oh boy, I know I learned how to say this name, but Beata Hyde, Abulita P65, Southernmost Stitcher, who I'm going to be doing the sal with, and Julie Tippy. I think that's how you pronounce that. And I'm going to stop there right now. And so thank you to all of you for your comments. Okay, now I'm going to show you a few pictures. And these are kind of spread through a wide range of years. And so I'm just going to show you some of these. And I did have a positive comment about the pictures. So like I said, if you don't care for them, you can just kind of go forward, because I guess there are some people out there that really like seeing the old pictures just like I do. All right, first, this is the picture that I used as my thumbnail in one of the videos. This is me when I was 6 or 7 months old, somewhere in there, my mom said, way back when she told me about this. And I had really, really long hair. Look at those shoes. Can you see those shoes? So anyways, there's that one. Then here is another picture of me when I was very, very little. And that is my half-sister holding me. My half-sister, when I was born, she was from my mother's first marriage. My mother got divorced when people didn't get divorced. But there was a reason for that. And I'm not going to go into it. But it's marked on the back that this was 1949. And I was born in 1949. So in February. So, and this looks like summertime. So, you know, maybe around the middle part of my age there. Let's see, February, March, April, May, June, July. If it's July, I'm 5 months old. My half-sister was 12 years old when I was born. So, she's probably just about to turn 13, or maybe just has turned 13 in that picture. So there's that one. Okay, now let's move up a little bit, and here is a picture of me, and my mom wrote on the back of this that I was about 4 years old. You can see that. As you know, as you can tell from these pictures, I was a blonde. And when I was real little, my mother said my hair was the most beautiful strawberry blonde you ever saw. Then as I got older, it turned more of a golden blonde. And then when I hit my teenage years, when I really would have loved it to be golden blonde, it started turning, I started losing the gold, and my hair started getting very dishwater look, to the point where I felt like I had no color in my hair whatsoever. It was just this ash blonde, and I hated it. So when I was very young, I started putting color highlights in it, and because it was awful, 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 awful. And now I put color on my hair to cover the gray. I don't have a whole lot of gray, but I do have some. And I use color on my hair to give me body, because as I've gotten older, my hair has gotten thinner. It's always been very fine and thin, but it has gotten a lot thinner. And if I didn't have the color in my hair would just be flat to my head, no matter what I did to it. So that's what gives me a little oomph in my hair and makes it stand away from my scalp a little bit and makes it look like I actually have hair. So anyways, here is a picture. This is my grandmother and my grandfather. This is my maternal, my mother's parents, and my brothers and I. And the striking thing about this picture, I don't know when this picture was taken, but the striking thing about this picture is this, now I got to get my finger, this brother over here. Do you see how much taller I am than him? He's only 14 months younger than me. I was a friggin' giant. I was very tall, very thin. And this brother here is, I think, almost 5 years younger. Actually, if you just take the years, it's 4, but I was born towards the beginning of the year, and he was born towards the end of a year, so it's almost 5 years. And you can see I'm taller than both of my grandparents. When I was 12 years old, and I don't know how old I am in this picture, but I want to say that's probably around 12. I was 5'9". I towered over every kid in the school. Do you have any idea how embarrassing that is? How self-conscious I was? That stayed with me for a good share of my life. Then as I got older, I started to shrink. Now, a lot of people are taller than me. Imagine that. Okay, here is a school picture, and there's not a year on this, but I want to say this is probably early grade school. There I am. And you can tell there, I had much thicker hair back then. That's probably, I want to say, 1st or 2nd grade, maybe. Not sure. But anyways, there I am. Okay, that's all the pictures for this time, and that's all I've got for this time. So I'm going to let y'all go, and I will see you on Friday. Have a good day. Bye. Hello, it's Sandy. It is Friday afternoon, probably about 1:45, October 19th. And I'd like to get this video finished up so that I can get it uploaded onto YouTube for you all so that you can see it. Let's see. Not a whole lot going on. I've been feeling kind of tired, so my husband and I have been discussing this, and I don't know if maybe my sugar is up. I do get blood work done next week and see the doctor the following week, so maybe I'll learn something then and see what's been going on. So, oh well, let's see. Chipmunk is gone, at least as far as we know. We have not heard any more. For all we know, it could be dead down in the basement. We don't go down there very often. And I suppose if that's the case, we'll know sooner or later. All right. Let's first of all talk about Olivia and Lori. I had questions about Olivia. As far as I know, Olivia is doing okay. That's usually the only way that I know what's going on is when her mother posts something on Facebook or on the Caring Bridge site. And I took Facebook off of my phone, so I'm only getting on Facebook a couple of times a week. So as far as I know, everything is okay. I know last month she went to the emergency room twice. Once she was kept for about a week and had to have some transfusions and so forth. The second time, they gave her antibiotics and they let her go home. So just continue praying and sending good thoughts for her. My sister-in-law, Lori, who has lung cancer, she's doing as well as can be expected. She's 5 years in on lung cancer. So, it's not real great. She's still trying to do as much as she possibly can. She's been having a lot of problems with edema. And edema is where your tissues start filling with water. And it's probably being caused by the chemo that she's on at this time, because she's on a really strong chemo, because she's done chemo for a long time, then did maintenance chemo for a long time. When that showed it wasn't working, they put her on immunotherapy for quite a while. When the immunotherapy was no longer working, they put her on a much stronger dose of chemo, and that's what she's dealing with now. She's also on steroids, and they are giving her Lasix, which helps rid the body of the water. And but she's having a lot of problem with swelling. So again, keep her in your thoughts and prayers. We'd like to keep her around for as long as we can. So, okay, thank you so much for that. All right, I would like to address the last question that I had from a commenter, and that was about how do I do this vlogging style. I don't even know where that word came from. Somebody said it on one of the things when they were doing clips. I call them clips. And basically what I'm doing is I use my laptop, the camera on my laptop, to record. I know a lot of people use their phone or their tablets or whatever. I just use my laptop. That's why I'm always in the same place, because my laptop battery is basically dead. I have to keep it plugged in all the time for it to work. So I just use my camera on my laptop, and what I'll do is I'll record a bit and then I'll shut it off. And then a couple of days later, I record another and then shut it off. And there's been, I think, one time where I did 3 in 1 week. And then what I did was I downloaded a free editing program, and I will check the name of it and put it in below in the show notes. I don't really know how to use it because it has no instructions, but I was able to figure out how to merge video. And basically it's just going into you click on the merge video, it brings up your photos, you click on the different clips in the order you want them to go, and it brings them into the editing program. And I usually click edit or preview slideshow. I don't even know if you have to do that. And then I click the save button. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I have to do the save again before it finally works. It's not great. It's filled with ads, and every time I go to look at something, an ad pops up, so I have to close the ad to be able to go and get it. But it didn't cost me anything, and I really, at this stage in my life, I'm not interested in putting trailers at the beginning and trailers at the end and typing over the screen and all the music and the other things that people do. I just wanted to be able to shoot my video in small clips, put them together, and put them up so that you could see them. I hope that answers the question. I'm sure that there's better programs out there. I'm sure there's better ways of doing it than what I'm doing it, because I am not a techie. So that's what I do. Okay, now like to thank a couple of more of my commenters. So thank you for comments from Bendy Stitchy, Michelle Garrett. Thank you, Betty Eulin. And thank you, Crafty Cat Stitcher. And I think that's all I've got up to this point. So now let me show you the stitching. I told you that I had worked a lot on my Shades of Summer. And what I did, oh, and I was going to get my phone and I was going to show you where I was at on this. And shoot, did I take my, hold please. Let me see if I can pull this picture up on Instagram really quick of the last time that that I had this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take up your time like this. Let's see. Okay, here is a picture, if you can see this, from, oh, at least what I can see there. That's a little bit better. Oh, I've got light there. All right. Look at this corner right here. That page was partially done, and I hope you're able to see that. It is what it is. Okay, let me show you what I did. I went on that page, and this is a big piece of material, so let me see if I can show you. This was that page, but none of this down in here was done. And there was little bits and pieces that needed to be done up in here too. Well, I did all that, so I finished that page. So that page is now done, and I went on into the next page over here. So I hope that's showing, and I'll hold up the whole thing. And I'll have to hold this back a little bit, but anyways, there's the whole thing. That's where I'm at. I was going to finish this page down here, but I didn't. I decided to go up there and work on that lighter stuff for a bit. So that's where I'm at. And I will continue to work on this. I'm not going to put this one away. I'm going to leave it out down here where I can pick it up anytime I feel like stitching on it and put a few stitches into it, because I think that that's the only way I'll ever get that one finished. Okay, I did some more back stitching on Scarecrow. And there's Scarecrow right now. And I don't know if this is, does that help? But I finished all this back stitching up here around the hand and around this sunflower and down. And the fence I had done, but there was back stitching down here around his pants that needed to be done. And now I'm down here ready to start on the rabbit. So I will be doing the rabbit and then moving across over to, I don't know if I have any more I think the pumpkin is back stitched. So it's just adding in some pieces of straw down around his legs, I think. So, and maybe that pocket over here. This pocket right here probably needs to get back stitched. But I will continue to work on that this week and see if I can knock that out maybe by the middle of the week. Maybe. I've got so much that I'm trying to do. All right, the other project that I worked on was Stare It House. And there's Stare It House. That had been a new start. And I did a little more on that. And this is, it's not ironed. It's just a real mess. But I think I'm going to be putting this one away. So that's where I got to with that one, if you can see that. So long ways to go. It's just a little drop in the bucket on that one. And I'm trying to think, I haven't even been keeping very good records. Oh, I know. I got out Home Sweet Home and I did a little bit on it, but it's back here. Let me, and it's in the Q-Snap because I was working on it this morning. But I can show you what I did. Home Sweet Home is a kit, DesignWorks kit. And I don't know if you remember the last time I had this out, I did the top of the dog, his ears and stuff up here in his eyes. Well, there's a whole lot of white. And I worked on this side of the white and down in here and did all of this and then coming down here. And the kitty cat was done. So that's where I'm at. And I will probably work on that a little bit more before that one gets put away. As I said in the previous clip, I kind of have had a feeling that I'd like to see a finish, but you know, I work on such large projects for the most part, and I'm a slow stitcher. So to try to finish anything, I looked to see what my smallest projects were, and Old Glory is probably the smallest one I have, and it's the hardest one for me to stitch on because the fabric is so stiff. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to keep plugging away. I want to get busy on crochet because I still have scarves to do for 2 of my granddaughters and myself, and then I was thinking I'd like to do a cap for myself. So I have to start putting some time aside for that. And I mean, I have a whole list. I write on old envelopes. I have a whole list of stuff, and there's not much marked off on here of cleaning and just work that I have to do. And oh, I tell you, some days, but you all know. So I'm gonna let you go, I think. Where's my notes? What did I do with my paper with my notes on them? Because without that, I don't know what I'm doing. And now I don't even know what I did with it. I had it right here. Don't you just love it? I don't know if it... What did I do with it? I was just reading off of there the comments. Oh, here it is. I put it... Oh, you know what? I held it up behind Scarecrow. Oh, bear with me. It's not easy being me. Okay, I think, yeah, I think that was everything that I had for you. So take care. Sending out, of course, my love to everybody, sending out my hugs to everybody. I hope everybody's well. I hope you all have a good week. And I hope it's not getting too cold where you are. We've been in the 50s here. And I would have rather it had some 60s in between. It went from like 85 to 55. There's no in between. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.